Welcome in, everybody. It is Sunday afternoon, and it is time for the college football top 10 power ranking going into week 9. Number 1 is Georgia. That remains the same from last week. They were on a bye. Number 2 and number 3 are flipped from last week. This week I have Ohio State a notch ahead of Michigan, coming off that performance versus Iowa. It was a game full of turnovers, but man, one thing shined through, and that was Ohio State's offense. It is unbelievable. Seems like every week I go back and forth with these two teams, trying to decide who is better and who is going to win the game at the end of the year. Right now, this week, I am leaning towards Ohio State. They're scoring 50 points a game and only giving up 15 points per game. Michigan is number 3. They had a bye this past weekend, and they have Michigan State coming up. Ohio State is at Penn State coming up, and Georgia has the cocktail party in Jacksonville versus their rival Florida. Tennessee remains at number 4. They were last week as well. 50 points a game. They had a stat patter this weekend. Tennessee Martin just destroyed them like they're supposed to. Alabama stays at number 5 this week. Just smacked Mississippi State. I thought that game probably wasn't going to be close, and it turns out Alabama is that good. TCU was number 7 last week. They move up to number 6. Great win versus Kansas State at home. Kansas State was down their quarterback, and then I think they lost their second string quarterback towards the end of that game. But man, they have speed all over the place offensively. The defense is still a concern for me. Number 7 is Clemson. They drop a spot from last week. I guess not because of what they did. It was a close game versus Syracuse, but TCU's performance versus Kansas State, I think, just gives them a notch above Clemson. And Oregon makes a appearance here in the top 10. It's been a while, a few weeks, but their only loss is Georgia. They're number 8. They deserve to be here. 42 points per game. They're giving up 29. But they housed UCLA, who was in my top 10 last week. So I think they were number 9. Oregon here is number 8. Wake Forest was number 10 last week. They move up to number 9. And I think they had a bye, so really not much to talk about there. Oklahoma State is number 10. They make it back into the top 10 after they beat Texas, which was they were down quite a bit, and then they scored like 21 or something unanswered points versus Texas, which was a good performance. That shows that they can step up on defense if needed. They're scoring 45 points per game and allowing 29 points per game. Alabama has a bye this week. TCU is at West Virginia. Clemson has a bye. Oregon is at California. Wake Forest is at Louisville. And Oklahoma State is at Kansas State. So should be some pretty interesting, good games coming up this weekend. Stay tuned for my Michigan versus Michigan State rivalry week preview. And thank you for watching, and have a great day, everybody.